the last institution is judiciary, the most powerful institution in a democracy, we can say like that. Because people give more confidence upon the judiciary. In India, we got various court systems, starting from Supreme Court in the national level, then high courts, various high courts in the state levels, district courts in the district level, and the local courts at the local level. Again, according to the nature of the cases, civil courts, criminal courts, like that of case courts are there. Court systems are there in our country. Supreme Court controls the whole judicial systems, administration in our nation. It is the highest court. All the judicial controls, or it binds the judicial system of our nation, Supreme Court. This is the importance of this Supreme Court, the highest court of our nation. It can hear various cases. The dispute between two citizens, dispute between citizens and the state governments, dispute between two or more state governments, dispute between state government and the central government. These are the cases normally comes into the Supreme Court. Then it is the highest place of appeal against all the courts. If you are not happy with the decision of the High Court, you can go with an appeal to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court will hear your case. That is why it is said that it is the highest court of appeals. If you are not happy with the decision of any of the court in the lower levels, you can go into Supreme Court finally. Another thing is that the Supreme Court judges and the High Court judges are appointed by the advice of the Prime Minister, by the President, and by consulting the Chief Justice of India. So the President appoints the judges of the various courts in India, especially Supreme Court and High Courts, by an advice from the Prime Minister and by consulting with the Chief Justice of India. The Chief Justice, who is become the Chief Justice, normally the senior most judge of the Supreme Court becomes the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court. Once it is appointed as the judge of a Supreme Court and the High Court, it is quite difficult to change them from that position. It is as much as difficult to remove the president of our country. What is the process for removing a judge from the Supreme Court or a judge from the High Court? This is a process called as impeachment. For the impeachment of a judge, 2/3 majority of the each parliament house is required. That means 2/3 members voting of the Lok Sabha and again 2/3 members of the voting in the Rajya Sabha required for the impeachment of a judge from Supreme Court or the High Court. It is quite difficult process. It is not done after independence till today. So the judges enjoys a separate power in that level if you take. Supreme Court got some constitutional powers. It is the right of the Supreme Court to explain, to interpret the various things which are written in the Constitution. And it never allows the Parliament to change the fundamental principles of the Constitution. If any law made by the Parliament or any act of the government against the Constitution can be questioned by the Supreme Court. Question means Supreme Court will make it invalid, that type of laws which are made by the legislature or which are made by the action by the government against the Constitution of our country. So we can say it is the guardian of the fundamental rights of the Constitution. Again, if any people are giving case in the Supreme Court that their public interest is hurt by the government action, they can give the complaint to the court systems, judiciary in our country, which is called as public interest litigation. So the Supreme Court observe the action of the government, whether they are violating the fundamental rights, whether they are violating the public interest of the people. So if anyone give any complaint in the Supreme Court about the hurt which happened to them against the public interest, the cases will be heard by the Supreme Court, which is called as public interest litigation. So there are various powers which are given to the Supreme Court and the judicial system of our country. So the Indian judiciary enjoys a good role, a good power in the democratical system of our nation. So here I am winding up the class today. The topic about the political institution, we have started from Mandal Commission report, and today I taught you about the judicial system. This is the most important institution of our country. So